How's it going, comic book fans? And welcome back to Comic Drops. Today we're taking a look at Frell issue number 16, and this has to be the best issue of Frell they've published yet. A month off has allowed this creative team to deliver another issue filled with cat cults, twisted rituals, heartbreaking truths about Lord, and an ending that will blow the doors wide open, literally. Written by Tony Fleece with art by Trish Forstner and Tone Rodriguez, Frell number 16 picks up immediately after the last issue's chilling revelation that the cats who live in Pet City eat their own, and Lord has been branded out of his purpose. His fate now rests in the paws of Mother Helena. This chapter is aptly titled The Rulebreaker, clearly signaling Lord's defiance of Pet City's rigid laws. Even before opening the book, the cover prepares us for a brutal conflict. Take a look at that. The front doors of Pet City sealed off with caution tape, glowing red as rabid cats claw desperately from the outside, and that tagline too. The battle for Pet City starts here. But let's consider a few things here. When survival means sacrifice, who decides whose life has value? Can Elsie and the others finally stop fighting each other long enough to fight back against Mother Helena and her followers? And should our group stay in Pet City, or get out while they can? Stay tuned to find out. This issue opens with a haunting flashback, narrated by who I would assume is Nico, detailing how they all survived the humans' departure. We did not know it was their last. The people of Pet City left food piled high. Panels show humans pouring kibble across the floor, hugging their pets with tearful goodbyes. And then the narration continues. It was strange. We did not know that these were rations for survival, but we would soon see. When the light returned outside, the people would not come to open. Overhead, the automated intercom makes one last announcement. Attention Pet City shoppers. We wish to thank you for making Pet City your home for all your pet care needs. Pet City will be closing in 10 minutes. Please make your... But the voice cuts off as a worker flips the power switches, plunging the store into silence. The narration resumes. No one would come to Pet City for their pet care needs. There was no attention, no shoppers. We were alone. A chilling montage follows. Fish, gerbils, and other animals cowering as cats assume dominance. And then the horror. But we knew that Pet City would provide for us, like it had always provided. When the meat ran dry, Pet City would provide again. At first the mothers wailed in agony, but one would stand and dry her tears. One mother would show strength. One would rise and lead. That was Mother Helena. Her stoic gaze and her chilling laws came to define Pet City. As the narrator declares, she was the beginning and the end, and saw that the young ones had purpose. That purpose, we now understand, was food. When survival becomes the only thing of value, morality tends to collapse. The kittens, the most vulnerable members of Pet City, and the most needy, were repurposed as food, like we found out in issue number 15. Instead of protecting the future, Pet City consumes it. This is survival stripped of hope. Instead of ensuring the next generation lives, the community chooses immediate gratification. It's most definitely an allegory for our society and its addiction to consumption. And the kittens are not merely eaten out of desperation. It's framed as a sacred cycle related to Mother Helena. She convinces her followers that their suffering and loss has divine meaning, reinforcing her cult-like status. It's easy to see how this mirrors religious or authoritarian cults and their demands of loyalty through acts that violate morality or social norms, reframing cruelty as some sort of holy duty. Mother Helena's doctrine is spelled out with unnerving clarity. Everyone would serve Pet City. All would live and die by her rule. Those who could not serve, those who broke the rules, were met with disciplinary action. Ultimately, termination. and the reverence only intensifies. Her wisdom is unending. Her light warmed us. Her glory, her vengeance, her mercy, her everlasting fertility. This was Mother Helena. Back in the present, all the cats chant in unison, Mother, Mother. Even Chloe joins in, whispering along, Mother, Mother. Not again. When Elsie calls her out, Chloe blurts, I can't help it. I just like to be a part of something. Her words sting, echoing her desperation for belonging after escaping the lady's house in the previous story arc. And here's where one of the more obvious commentaries about human society comes into play. A blind obedience to a cult figure can warp morality, erase compassion, and distort reality. Pet City functions like a theocracy where Mother Helena's word is law in an almost religious sense. The cats follow her decrees with ritualistic chanting and unquestioning loyalty. Her decrees echo the logic of cult-like systems that we've all seen before in this series and in reality. Mother Helena embodies oppressive authority, cloaking cruelty in wisdom and mercy. And Nico acts as her enforcer, the voice of unquestioned law for her in Pet City. His dialogue shows how fear and power maintain control by using violence to reinforce both. And Chloe's moment of chanting Mother and later saying, I'd just like to be a part of something, really shows us how cults exploit the vulnerable, who crave belonging, and how brainwashed she really was by the lady in the previous story arc. She just can't help herself. Then Mother Helena silences the crowd. Enough! Bring me the rulebreaker. Nico steps forward, delivering judgment. Outsider Lord, you are guilty of rule breaking. Stand now and acknowledge your offenses. Lord, head lowered, seems resigned, and Nico continues his litany of charges. The rulebreaker was told not to go into the food preparation room, and he did not listen. He was headstrong and did not relent. Even discipliners were summoned. But when rebuked, the rulebreaker did partake in uncontrolled whining, wailing, and moaning. And most disturbingly, the rulebreaker ran back to the food preparation room and this time did sneak in. When Mother Helena asks, does the outsider acknowledge? Lord starts to answer. But Elsie can't hold back. Come on, he doesn't know any better. Well, here we go again. Can't you see he's trying? He just can't. He doesn't know enough to... Nico cuts her down cold. Silence. You have been rebuked once already, outsider Elsie. You would be wise to watch and learn. Lucky begs her to stop, but Elsie insists, this isn't right. We can't let them. He can't control how he doesn't know any better. This is going downhill fast. Then Nico declares, these are your trespasses. There is no question of your guilt. There is only Mother Helena. Only she can divine your discipline. Think about it like this. Mother Helena's ability to divine punishment is less about actual justice and more about her control over others. It's arbitrary, but presented as sacred, which is how authoritarian figures like her maintain their power. They frame cruelty as destiny, inevitability, or divine will. Whatever they want to call it in order to convince their followers their actions are just. As Mother Helena prepares to pass the sentence, Chloe leans towards Elsie. It's not true. What you said about Lord. She explains gently, he's not stupid. You know why he acts that way, don't you? Okay, Chloe, why don't you tell us why he acts like that? Elsie admits, because I led him into the woods and abandoned him there. I broke him. But Chloe disagrees. That's not... Lord is incredibly smart. He's not broken. He acts like that because he wants to be noticed. He just doesn't want anyone to forget that he's here. He doesn't want to be left behind. And suddenly Lord's behavior across the entire series takes on a new meaning. Not as weakness, but as a scar left by betrayal. Elsie's realization that Lord isn't broken, but simply wants to be noticed reshapes both his character and her own guilt. For so long, Elsie has carried the weight of abandoning him in the woods, interpreting his strange behavior as a weakness she caused. But Chloe reframes Lord's actions in a way that surprises Elsie and me as well. This perspective doesn't excuse Elsie's past mistakes or treatment of Lord, but it reveals Lord's quirks are born not from fragility, but from resilience, a determination to remain present in a world that once discarded him, literally. For Elsie, this is devastating, because it means she hasn't just broken Lord. She has, in usual fashion, underestimated him with excuse after excuse after excuse. However, Mother Helena ends the debate. It is decided. This cat's purpose is decided. Death. That is his purpose. Lord pleads desperately. No, please. Miss Helena, I'll do better. I can do better. But Mother Helena only replies with chilling calm. Do not despair, child. You are about to become a part of Pet City. These cats, my cats, your friends, you will nourish them. They will survive because of you. A death sentence and cannibalism. Lord's death sentence is horrific not only because he's to be killed, but because Mother Helena declares his body will feed the rest of Pet City. This redefines his very existence into some sort of consumable utility. His individuality is erased, his worth measured only in how he can sustain others. It's survival logic taken to its most grotesque extreme. Rather than protect a vulnerable member of their community, Helena twists his life into a ritual sacrifice. The act also reveals the collapse of natural bonds in Pet City. In a healthy colony, Lord would be defended, but here his death is framed, again, as holy duty. For Lord, he has always just wanted to be seen and not left behind. This is the cruelest irony. He is finally noticed, but only as food, as sustenance for others. It's a commentary on how cults like this consume their own, disguising exploitation as purpose. And it positions Pet City not as a place of safety, but as a machine that devours those who are rule breakers. Lord is dragged away as Elsie cries out. However, Lucky restrains her. Oh. The enforcers lock him in a carrier. Tears stream down Lord's face as he kneads the blanket inside. He whispers to himself, I can do better. I can be, before drifting off to sleep. Then we transition to one of the most heart-wrenching scenes of this entire series. Lord's dreams carry him back to the night Elsie abandoned him in the woods. Elsie had told him, you hide, and I'll try to find you. But she never returned. Lord calling out for Elsie, the family's frantic calls, Lord, here kitty, here boy, fade into silence. A jangling of keys cuts across time, jolting Lord awake inside his carrier. Lord's dream is a flashback to the moment Elsie abandoned him in the woods, and it reshapes how we understand both characters. For Lord, this memory is the root of his fear of being unseen and left behind. His behavior, his need for attention, even his desperation for Mother Helena's approval that he'll do better, all trace back to this moment of abandonment. Lord dreams about this moment because it haunts him incessantly. It plays over and over and over in his subconscious and is unresolved. And for Elsie, this memory is a weight she's carried but not fully confronted. She sees herself as having broken Lord through this act, so she continues to make excuses for him in every situation. The flashback's placement here as Mother Helena declares Lord's purpose is death highlights the cruel irony here. The very fear that was planted in him long ago in the woods by Elsie, the terror of being left behind, is about to be fulfilled in the worst possible way. Then all of a sudden, Ghost appears with a grin, joined by Elsie, Lucky, Chloe, and Gigi. We're not going to leave you behind, Elsie promises. Lord sobs with relief. Elsie, how do I can't get out. I'm locked in here. But Elsie reassures him, Lord, don't worry. I know how to open doors. Sure, Elsie, tell us more about how you know how to open doors. Though her past door opening has led to disaster, Elsie frees Lord. Now they must escape. And Lord recalls Lila's words before death. Through the front, there's a switch. That switch could open Pet City's front doors, though it risks unleashing the rabid horde that's outside. Unless Moosh has killed them all. But wait, where's Moosh? The group finds the switchboard for Pet City and pushes over a trash can to reach the controls. But the sound of Chloe knocking over the trash can alerts Nico. Stop! You are breaking Pet City rules. All of you are outside of purpose. Get down from there. Mother will divine if we should show mercy or if you are all to join your friend in final discipline. However, Gigi speaks up. We have to ask for forgiveness. My kittens haven't done anything wrong. They don't deserve. But Nico has no more patience for this. He yells, William, discipliners, take the outsiders to the crates. At this, our group is presented with a choice. Listen to the Mother Helena weirdos or make a run for it. Elsie tells the others that Mother Helena doesn't know mercy, and I think she might be right. Then Lucky steps up. I say we fight. Finally, now this is what I'm talking about. It's about time this group stands up to these other cats, and Lucky making the first move here shows that maybe he isn't what I thought he was in the beginning, just a two-timing tomcat. Then Lucky continues. That William's the only real threat here. If we ganged up, we could take him. The rest of them are soft and weak. Finally, this group is standing up to Mother Helena and her followers, and I'm pumped to see how this plays out. Of course, Mother Helena is not having any of this, and challenges the group as well. We are soft, Tomcat, but you will find that we are not weak. When Lucky and the group stand up to Mother Helena, it marks the first true crack in her absolute control. Up until now, Mother Helena's authority has gone unchallenged, but this moment flips that dynamic. Instead of tearing each other down or playing the blame game here, Elsie, Lord, Gigi, and Lucky actually stand together. Finally. That unity is refreshing because so much of this story has been defined by group tension, abandonment, and mistrust. For once, they aren't arguing, fighting, or doubting one another. They're focused on a shared purpose, getting out of Pet City. I mean, we haven't seen something like this happen since Jonas was in the picture. This moment is about solidarity and the discovery that true power comes from connection, not submission. Helena's system thrives on division and fear, but when the cats resist as a group, she suddenly is made to look less like a prophet and more like a tyrant who can be overthrown. For Lucky in particular, this reinforces his role in the group, showing survival doesn't have to mean obedience. It can mean defiance and change if you're willing to take matters into your own hands or paws. But Gigi pleads with everyone. Wait, please, let's just talk through this. We will come peacefully, but we aren't negotiating on Lord. We're not going to let you execute him for the crime of being curious. But Mother Helena refuses. His purpose is decided. He will sacrifice so that Pet City may survive. He will provide nourishment, strength, essential vitamins, and minerals. And finally, Chloe snaps. You cats are insane. You have plenty of food. Mother Helena stares her down and says chillingly, we do not have wet food. That one line crystallizes this cult's madness and insanity. Chloe calling Mother Helena insane hits harder when you remember her history. In the previous story arc, Chloe also fell under the sway of the Lady's Cat cult, blindly following even when it put her in danger. She was oblivious to anything that didn't involve throwing praise on the Lady. The Lady keeps us. She admitted in this issue, I'd just like to be a part of something, which shows her vulnerability. She craves belonging so deeply that she gravitates towards these cult-like authority figures, even when it's toxic. For her to finally look at Mother Helena this way, to name her madness out loud, is a major moment of growth. It shows Chloe is beginning to realize the trap she keeps falling into, mistaking control and ritual for community and love. Chloe isn't immune to cult influence, but in calling Mother Helena insane, she takes the first real step towards seeing through it. It's about time. Then Elsie finally takes charge. That's it. We're going. Lucky, Gigi, Lord, get ready to run. Lucky yells for her to wait, but get this. It's Gigi who delivers the final word. No, Elsie. Open the doors. Look at Gigi being the badass here. Elsie flips the switch and red light washes across the panels. Pet City's neon sign flickers back on. The interior lights turn on one by one. The PA system blares out its old script. Attention shoppers. Thank you for choosing Pet City for all your pet care needs. We will be closing in 5 minutes. Nico panics. It is opening. The front doors slide open with a ding. And then, chaos. Rabid animals pour into Pet City as the recording drones on. Please make your final decisions and head for the checkout at this time. Elsie's door opening has been a mix of curiosity, recklessness, and a desperate need to do something, even when it leads to disaster. Her worst decision, of course, was opening the door in the lady's house, unleashing rabid cats and setting off a chain of death and infection. Here, though, it's different. Instead of carelessness, Elsie's choice comes from conviction. She refuses to let Mother Helena dictate Lord's death and decides to take control, even if it means courting chaos. In that sense, the same impulse that once doomed others now becomes an act of defiance and protection. Mother Helena built Pet City on rigid rules, obedience, and sacrifice. By throwing open the door, Elsie rejects all of that. She'd rather unleash a rabid horde of animals than let her group be consumed by Mother Helena's cult. And you know what? I'm fine with that. I fully support Elsie opening this door, and the issue closes on a cliffhanger. Will Elsie's gamble here give her group a chance to escape? Can the cult of Pet City withstand a rabid onslaught like this? And really, where is Moosh during all of this? So that's Feral issue number 16 from Tony Fleece, Trish Forstner, and Tone Rodriguez. An issue packed with cultish devotion, emotional revelations about Lord, and the group finally standing together against Mother Helena, and it was awesome. This comic hits on so many different levels that I'd be willing to say this is one of my all-time favorite issues of Feral, and it has me hyped for the next issue in a big way. So do you think Elsie made the right choice opening the door, or did she just doom everyone inside? What do you make of Lord's journey in this issue as well? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Comic Drops for more comic book goodness. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.